Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to my new video. We're going to talk about some more interesting eyes wide shut theories. In today's interesting theory, did Alice actually sleep with Sandor here in Ziegler's party? And once you see all the evidence I present to you, namely three pieces of evidence, by the end of the video, you will be convinced as well that these two cheated in the Ziegler party. I'm 100% you guys will be convinced. But make sure you watch till the end of the video and make sure you see all of the evidence. So let's carry on with the show. And let's discuss this theory, shall we? If you guys notice, Alice was extremely happy at only one part of the movie, which was this part when she was dancing and flirting with Sandor. She was happily smiling, laughing, giggling. She was gazing into his eyes. She was flirting back. She was, I think she completely forgotten she was married at some moments. And I think there was some realizations on her brain that, hang on a second, I can't go too far. I am married. And she did kind of show him the ring and said she was married a few times, but it didn't really stop her. She was still flirting. She was still, you know, gazing into his eyes, smiling, laughing. This was the first time in the movie you actually see her happy. You do not see her happy in the rest of the movie. The rest of the movie, she looks very dull, miserable. And one of the first scenes in the movie where she's getting ready in the beginning of the movie in the bathroom, and Tom Cruise walks in, Dr. Bill, and she says, "Do I look okay?" And Dr. Bill's like, "Yeah, you look fine, dear." But he's not even looking at her. And she acknowledges that. She says, "You're not even looking at me." And he looks back and says, "Oh, you're looking fine, dear." They're obviously in an unhappy marriage. I think their spark has gone between them. And Sandor brings back a lot of this spark. And obviously, we have discussed in the past about her being an SRA victim. And she's got a lot of trauma. And maybe Sandor has ignited some of the past programming. There doesn't seem to be any sorts of love or care or any sorts of relationship between them two. And I think she looks very, very unhappy, and so does Bill in this marriage. Sandor brings out something in her, and she's acting like a little girl most of the time, if you notice. And I don't think this is just SRA programming. I think it's more than that. I mean, Sandor is a charming guy. What woman wouldn't fall for him? And I think she's fallen under his spell. If you put any woman in the position of Nicole Kidman without any SRA mind control programming, I'm sure that woman would also, be infatuated with Sandor. Sandor's the kind of guy who would charm the socks out of any woman by the looks of it. So I don't want to hear all this SRA mind control, she was mind controlled. No, guys. This is human psychology. And there really does look like there's genuine burning desire between these two. Genuine burning desire. Sometimes you cannot stop Mother Nature. If you're attracted to someone, then you're attracted to someone. So there was moments when they were dancing and Nicole Kidman could see her husband talking to two British models. One of them was Nuala Windsor. And there was a hint of jealousy within her. I mean, you can just look at her face and she's a little bit jealous, but not, not crazy jealous. However, Dr. Bill disappears with those two girls. and he's not to be seen for over an hour. So Alice probably thinks that he's gone off with these two girls and doing something behind her back. She doesn't know he's upstairs with Ziegler. Nobody told her. And he didn't even tell her that he's going upstairs to see Ziegler. So she's in the dark. She doesn't know where the hell he is. And then he disappeared. And the moment when Nicole Kidman was showing off her ring, saying, I'm married to Sandor, and she walks off, I do believe at that point she was looking for Dr. Bill. And she couldn't find him. While Dr. Bill was upstairs with Ziegler, obviously waiting for Mandy to come round. Sandor doesn't look like the kind of guy who gives up. I mean, look at this guy. He probably doesn't know how to take a no for an answer. So I do believe Sandor probably tries again at this point with Alice. She probably gives in to Sandor's advances. So the first piece of evidence is Alice in front of her mirror, and the song comes on. The famous song, Baby Did a Bad, Bad Thing. Why would Stanley Kubrick put that song, especially after the party, in front of the mirror? Because she did a bad, bad thing. I think she slept with Sandor. And Nicole Kidman is a great actress here. If you look at this scene in detail, obviously I can't show the full scene because of nudity and copyright. But if you look at the scene, she looks well guilty, guys. I mean, look at her expression. The song is on the background, Baby You Did a Bad, Bad Thing. She's looking at herself in the mirror. She's reflecting on what she's done. And she looks extremely guilty. And Tom comes in, and obviously she's like, she goes along with Tom, but her mind and her soul is somewhere else. This is why she's looking at herself in the reflection. And I think she knows what she's done. And the song tells us, baby, she did a bad, bad thing. Also, with SRA victims, it could be that she had to jump in on one of her alter egos, her alternative personalities. So this girl you're seeing in front of the mirror is probably not Alice, not Dr. Bill's wife. I think she probably jumped into one of her other many hundreds of personalities that she has. And it's normal with SRA victims, because of all the trauma and abuse, they tend to have various different personalities. And they don't have a soul, they just have personalities that they pick up and they mirror other people. And the way she's looking at the mirror, I think she is somebody else, not Alice, in her mind. And this could be because of what she'd done, and it's probably could be way she kind of deals with the guilt. I don't know, but it doesn't look like Alice here. It looks like a completely different woman. Somebody who did something very, very bad and now is finding a way to try and cope with her guilt. So Alice here, she starts to smoke some weed at this point. So why would she smoke some weed? Maybe she wants to forget about what she's done? Maybe. We know that she doesn't take weed on a regular basis in this relationship. And we know why, because every time she takes weed, she goes a bit doolally. And sometimes they say that SRA victims, they put their trauma at the back of their minds and this is a way of a coping mechanism. And sometimes when you take weed, it brings back all of these trauma and memories. It opens parts of your brain that you never thought existed. And I think that's what's happened, really. Instead of, she thought taking weed might relax her, and she might forget about what she did with Sandor. Unfortunately, it brought back many of her past traumas, and this is why she acted out in front of Dr. Bill. So this is the moment where I am convinced, guys, that she has slept with Sandor. At this moment, she starts blaming Dr. Bill of running off with those two models and sleeping with them. So why would Alice do that? Why would Alice blame her husband of cheating? I'll tell you why. We know that Kubrick is a master of psychology. We know that he's done extensive research, and he's also done a lot of research on SRA victims, because we know that. So there's a thing in psychology called projection, and you're welcome to check this out, guys. You're welcome to Google it. But what projection is, if you've done something wrong, you normally project it on your partner to overcome your guilt. So it's a way of making yourself feel better. So you accuse your partner of doing something that you've done, basically. So people do this sometimes for various reasons. And this is a common narcissist trait. So what happens is, normally narcissists, what they do, if they cheat, they usually blame their partner of cheating, mainly to keep control. So they want to be in control of the relationship. Secondly, they want to project their guilt onto others. And thirdly, they really feel that it's their partner's fault that they cheated. So it's clearly, this is what Alice is doing here. She is blaming Bill for cheating for something that she has done. And you can tell by the words she's using. She knows deep down Dr. Bill wouldn't cheat on her. She knows Dr. Bill, he lies a lot. He's incompetent, but from what we know, Dr. Bill is not a cheater. He has plenty of chances to cheat in the film, but he doesn't. This is clearly projection, guys, clearly projection. And you're welcome to do your own research and Google it. And this is what, some narcissists do. And I'm not saying she's a narcissist, but I do know she has a lot of trauma. I mean, she has been through a lot, especially with her SRA. And I think what the weed has done is brought back all her past memories and trauma. And when you're in that position, you can become like a narcissist. This is like a coping mechanism. It's like a defense mechanism. I'm not blaming Alice here for whatever she's doing to Bill, but I believe she can't control it. It's like a defense mechanism. It's there to protect herself. So you see why, guys, she did cheat. I mean, this dialogue proves it, and you're welcome to watch this clip again in Eyes Wide Shut and watch what she says and how she says it. She's clearly projecting. This is why I know that she has slept with Sandor. And also, if you look at my other videos, I have said that Alice ends up with Sandor at the mansion party in the balcony. So we know that they slept together in Zieglers' party, and they are together in the mansion party as well. And all this happened while Bill was upstairs with Ziegler. And let me tell you something else, guys. Let me tell you something else. So there's a bit in this movie where, one of the key moments in this film where she says that she would leave Dr. Bill and her child at any given moment if that naval officer comes in her life. She said she would run off with the naval officer, and she would leave Dr. Bill in an instant. That's what she says. And why did she say that? I think she says that because she knows she's done something wrong with Sandor, and she knows she cannot control herself. She cannot control her emotions, and she cannot control her lust. And I think she cannot control her SRA programming. And that's why she was telling the truth to Dr. Bill. She said if the moment comes and her SRA programming kicks in, she would run away in an instant and not even worry or think about Dr. Bill or her daughter. Because all of that SRA programming comes first before anything. This is mind control. Plus, also, it's all about her emotions as well. She also cannot handle her emotions, her lust. It's a very, very deep and dark movie, guys. And I'm sure that Kubrick has done his research on this. He has worked out human psychology, how the human mind works to a T. He is an absolute expert. You just have to watch his movies, like The Shining, Full Metal Jacket, Eyes Wide Shut, Clockwork Orange. Every one of these movies has heavy psychological, SRA, mind control, deep-rooted human psychology. This film has so many hidden layers. I just can't believe how many layers this movie has. Anyway, guys, I hope that's convinced you that she did cheat with Sandor. And I've given you all my evidence. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care for now.